You can't hide from destiny.
Little help! Ah!
You all right?
Damn, dog, it took you so long. They got me. Ow! Death! I love some before I go. Ah!
We all love watching our favorite anime heroes pull a last-minute victory out of nowhere. But what about when that doesn't happen? When the hero, against all expectations, just loses. The road for any anime protagonist is full of ups and downs. A well-placed defeat can humble somebody with the quickness, change their goals, and force them to grow in a way that winning all the time never could. Today we're going to be breaking down some of the most surprising times the main character actually gets beaten. So, ladies and gentlemen, grab yourselves a seat, sit back, relax, and welcome to my anime lounge.
Alright, beauty before age! I think I'll start by summoning this guy!
He copied my whole fucking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
Oh yeah, a lot of y'all probably forgot about this one. First up is a pair of losses that served as a brutal reality check for two of Duel Academy's finest. In Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Jaden Yuki is the happy-go-lucky hero who always finds a way to win. And Zane Truesdale is the Academy's undefeated top-ranked duelist. They were the pinnacle of strength until pro duelist Aster Phoenix showed up and shattered their confidence. Aster's first victim was Zane in a professional league duel that was meant to be another victory for the graduate. Instead, Aster handed Zane his first ever real loss, a humiliating public defeat that sent him into a downward spiral.
That's right! Your little dragon just picked the wrong fight. Guess who's got more points now, Zany? You. Correct! And don't you forget it!
Get him! Dynamite, Disco Danny, devastating. Get him!
This single loss broke his winning streak and his spirit, kicking off a devastating losing streak that fundamentally changed his entire character.
Admit that's a powerful card, if you can use it. I can! I have 3 tokens, remember?
Whoa, you want to run that by me again?
Face it! It's over! No! Face it! It's over! No!
But Aster wasn't done there. After beating the #1 undefeated graduate, he then sets his sights on Jaden, not just to beat him, but to make a point. In their duel, Aster systematically dismantled Jaden, whose fun-loving style was no match for Aster's ruthless efficiency.
Where were we? Oh, I remember. We were at the end.
Get him! Dynamite, Disco Danny, devastating. Get him!
The final blow wasn't just a loss of life points. It was a psychic attack that caused Jaden to be unable to see his own cards. They all appeared blank to him. This wasn't just a defeat. It was the complete destruction of Jaden's connection to his deck and his love for the game. For the first time, the hero who always dueled for fun was utterly crushed and sent into a deep depression. These two losses were catastrophic. They established Aster as a terrifying new threat and forced Jaden and Zane to confront their own weaknesses, setting them on darker, more complex character arcs that define the rest of the series.
Face it! It's over!
Oh, but can he beat Goku? Can he beat Goku though?
Coach, not only will I do it for you, yes, I'll do it for you.
When you think of Goku, you think of a fighter who who always finds a way to break his limits and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. So in the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, everyone was expecting him to do just that against the legendary assassin Hit. What they got instead was one of the most surprising losses in Dragon Ball history. Hit's signature time skip ability proved to be something raw power couldn't overcome at that time, before Jiren. BJ. Whoa, that sounds crazy, don't it? For the first time in a long time, Goku was completely outmatched. In a desperate move, Goku unveiled a risky, body-destroying trump card, the Kaioken stacked on top of Super Saiyan Blue. This massive power-up allowed him to finally overwhelm Hit's technique, and it looked like a classic Goku comeback was on the way, but the victory never came. The strain of the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken was tearing his body apart, and he knew he couldn't maintain it. In a move that shocked everyone, Goku smiled, flew to the edge of the ring, and simply gave up, forfeiting the match. He wasn't beaten into submission. He chose to lose. This wasn't a loss of strength, but a tactical one. Goku recognized that Hit was holding back his true lethal power because of the tournament rules. This defeat was humbling, proving to Goku that there are fighters with abilities so unique that even his godlike power has limits, and it established Hit as a respectful, long-term rival. He even went out of his way to secretly hire Hit to assassinate him so he wouldn't be holding back. Goku is really psychotic about his fades.
The dressing uses extra virgin olive oil and wine vinegar. Even the Sori's liver has been dressed.
It's time to eat. In a show about a hero who constantly boasts he'll be #1, a clean loss in the finals is the ultimate reality check. Soma Yukihira, the creative and cocky transfer student at the elite Totsuki Culinary Academy, bulldozed his way through the legendary Autumn Election Tournament with his diner-honed skills and boundless ingenuity. He was the underdog protagonist on a collision course with destiny, and everyone expected him to take home the top prize. The final match was a three-way battle with the theme of Pacific Sorry, pitting Soma against the aggressive Rio and the spice master Akira Hayama. Soma poured all of his creativity into his dish, presenting a version of a salt-grilled, boy, this fool be looking good in this show, god dang it, a salt-grilled sorry that was uniquely his. It was a masterpiece, but it wasn't enough. Akira, a chef with a godlike sense of smell, created a dish so aromatic,
hydromatic, ultramatic,
and perfectly spiced that it was declared the winner, with Soma coming in third. This loss was a crucial moment of humility for Soma. For the first time, his raw talent and creativity weren't enough to secure a win. He was fairly beaten by a rival who was simply more specialized and, in that moment, better. The defeat didn't crush his spirit, it lit a fire under him. It proved his journey to the top was far from over, and it forced him to acknowledge the incredible depth of skills his rivals possessed, solidifying Hayama as a major benchmark he had to overcome. It was a refreshing twist that showed that in the world of high-stakes cooking, even the hero has to face the bitter taste of defeat.
right?
Hey there, Ryuk. Would it kill you to join us? You should come play with us for a change.
Now this is one that shocked me the most, only because to lose in this one meant to be gone permanently. Sometimes a loss isn't just a defeat, it's a checkmate. In the cat and mouse thriller Death Note, the world's greatest detective L is the only person smart enough to challenge the brilliant but terrifying killer Kira. The twist? Kira is the show's protagonist, Light Yagami, a high school genius using a supernatural notebook to rid the world of crime. For much of the series, they are locked in a complex psychological battle, with L representing the last hope for justice. The entire first arc is an intricate chess match where both Light and L try to expose the other. L, despite his
eccentricities,
closes in on Light, cornering him to the point where it seems Kira's capture is inevitable. But he made one critical miscalculation. He couldn't account for the Shinigami Rem's devotion to her human companion, Misa. Light masterfully manipulates the situation, forcing Misa into a position where L is guaranteed to expose her as the second Kira. To protect Misa, Rem, who is a Shinigami, a death god to remind you, has no choice but to write L's real name in her death note, killing both him and his assistant Watari. Light forced a Shinigami to sacrifice themselves to save someone. I don't know what's more impressive, the fact that it took a Shinigami dying to get L out of here, or the fact that Light was able to manipulate a damn Shinigami into doing it.
It's the perfect crime!
This wasn't a lost in a fair fight. It was a strategic execution that no one saw coming. L, the heroic detective and the main character in his own right, is permanently removed from the story. As he dies, oh my goodness, he sees a smug smile on Light's face, confirming his suspicions at the very end. But I promise you, if I'm L and I see that smile as I'm dying, boy, my heart would have started beating for an extra 30 seconds and let me strangle this nigga. Like, let me choke him. Let me bring him with me. It's only right. This defeat was so absolute, it changed the course of the entire series, marking the moment the villain truly won. It was a shocking and brutal end that proved Light's genius was matched only by his utter ruthlessness. Yes, sir, you knew this one was coming. In the world of the greatest anime of all time, Naruto,
Big whoop, wanna fight about it?
few rivalries are as iconic as the bond between Naruto Uzumaki and Sasuke Uchiha. Once teammates and friends, their relationship is shattered when Sasuke, rightfully so, consumed by a quest for revenge, decides to abandon his village for more power. Naruto, driven by his own bond with Sasuke and a promise to their friend Sakura, pursues him, leading to a legendary battle at a place called the Valley of the End. The fight is a desperate, brutal clash of ideals. Naruto, tapping into the power of the nine-tailed fox sealed within him, unleashes everything he has to bring his friend home. Sasuke, empowered by a dark curse mark from the villain Orochimaru, is equally determined to sever their bond and follow his dark path. They trade devastating blows in a now iconic brawl that culminates in a final explosive clash between Naruto's Rasengan and Sasuke's Chidori. In the end, Naruto is defeated. He lies unconscious as Sasuke stands over him, victorious. This loss is the single most defining failure of Naruto's young life. He failed to save his best friend from darkness and broke the promise he made. It's a gut-wrenching moment where the hero's fierce determination simply wasn't enough. This defeat is the catalyst for the entire future of the series. It marks the end of their childhood and forces Naruto to begin a new journey of training, all dedicated to one day becoming strong enough to save Sasuke. The loss becomes the engine for Naruto's growth, a constant reminder of his failure and his unbreakable will to save his friend. It's a tragic loss that showed that even when the hero loses the battle, they haven't given up on the war for their friend's soul. So, from moral victories to total destruction, it's clear that a hero's loss can be one of the best tools in storytelling. It flips our expectations, raises the stakes for real, and paves the way for character growth that a string of easy wins never could. These defeats prove that real strength isn't about never falling down. It's about how you get back up, unless you're L.
Get him! Dynamite, disco, Danny, devastating. Get him!
But that's enough of my yapping. Now it's your turn. What are some of your surprising main character losses? Is Goku insane for hiring an intergalactic assassin just for a sparring match? Would you have lost to Aster with your deck? Let me know down in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me out.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button!
Join the lounge and grab yourself a seat. Share with your friends or anyone who loves anime like us.
Tell your friends about me.
I appreciate you all for watching, and as we always do when we close out, let's all raise a glass in the air. Here's to anime.
It's over!
No!